Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss the next topic, that is menstrual cycle. In earlier discussions we talked about ovary, how primary follicles are going to mature in the ovary. This is related to the same thing. See, just to learn the meaning of menstrual cycle. This is a cyclic event that is continuously running, and if we see the time period, this cyclic event is around of 28 days. Now how we are going to mark the numbers? Basically we are starting from the first day of menstruation and we are moving up to the starting of next menstruation. So from this time period, this is the first day, the menstruation cycle is starting, and up to this time period, that will be the 28th day, this will be the end of one menstruation cycle. Now in between this first and 28th day, there are various events that are taking place, and we have to study what those type of events that are taking place in between first to 28 days. Now there are various things that are happening, like level of hormones. Between these days, level of hormones are fluctuating. Sometimes the level of hormone will be more, sometimes they are coming down. Another thing is uterus lining. Lots of changes are coming in uterus lining during this time period. So we have to see sequentially how these changes are taking place. Now this menstrual cycle is divided into three phases. First phase is the follicular phase. Next, second comes the luteal or secretory phase. And third one is the menstruation phase or menstrual phase, or you can say bleeding phase. These three phases are completing one menstrual cycle. So I am starting with the first follicular phase. What is happening in the follicular phase? If you remember, I told you that in ovary, primary follicles are present. This is how small follicles are present. Numerous primary follicles are present inside the ovary. Now, after attaining puberty, the anterior pituitary is going to release hormone, that is FSH. So FSH will be released from anterior lobe of pituitary, and this FSH is going to activate this primary follicle. So under the influence of FSH, this primary follicle starts maturing, and it also activates these follicle cells to release a hormone, that is estrogen. That means during follicular phase, maturation of primary follicle takes place under the influence of FSH, and level of estrogen also increases under the influence of estrogen. These are the events that are taking place in follicular phase. Now there will be continuous increase in the level of estrogen, and when the level of estrogen is at its peak, at that time, that is about the 14th day, the process of ovulation takes place. Ovulation means this primary follicle will grow into a completely fully matured Graafian follicle. Here ovum will be present, and this ovum will be surrounded by various follicular cells. This is how lots of follicular cells are going to be present. And this mature Graafian follicle, it will going to be broken down. Here ovarian wall is present, germinal epithelium is present surrounding it. So they are also going to break down, and this ovum is going to be released from the ovary. This is a mature ovum, and it is at a secondary oocyte stage, and this process takes place at the 14th day, and we say ovulation has taken place. Now this estrogen, when there is increased level of estrogen estrogen, it is going to inhibit the secretion of FSH. Why it is going to inhibit the secretion of FSH? Because if continuously FSH will be secreted, it is again going to start the maturation of another primary follicle. One time ovary is going to release only one mature ovum. So to prevent the activation of another primary follicle, the secretion of FSH is being inhibited by estrogen, and the secretion of LH, luteinizing hormone, will be stimulated. So luteinizing hormone, when FSH will be inhibited, LH will be secreted at its peak. So in presence of LH, ovulation will take place. Estrogen is helping in the maturation of Graafian follicle, and the high level of LH is helping in the process of ovulation. So this is how follicular phase is functioning. Now this is the level of hormones. These level of hormones are also influencing the uterine wall. There are lots of changes that are coming in the uterine wall during the follicular stage. What are those changes? Basically, the uterus wall becomes thick because of the continuous increment of smooth muscles that are present in the middle layer, that is myometrium. So thickening of smooth muscles are taking place inside the uterus, and another thing is there is proliferation of epithelial walls of endometrium. So these are the changes that are going to take place inside the uterus. The significance of these changes are, after ovulation, the chances of fertilization has increased. So these changes are basically maintained to support the fetus. If fertilization has taken place, embryo is going to form. So all these structures are going to support the fetus, provide nourishment. That's why such type of changes are taking place in the uterus wall. So this is happening at the time of follicular phase. Now the second phase comes is luteal phase, or you can say secretory phase. After the ovulation has taken place, we said FSH level is very less, level of LH has risen. Now the Graafian follicle, it has ruptured and ovum has come out. The structure that is left, some of the structure of Graafian follicle are empty. Yellow mass of cell is left behind, and this mass of cell is now known as corpus luteum. This is a yellow mass of cells. The high level of LH is basically activating this corpus luteum to secrete another hormone, that is progesterone. Because of the decreased level of FSH, estrogen level has already been decreased, and LH level has activated the corpus luteum to secrete progesterone. This progesterone is basically helping all the preparation that was done in the uterus, means the thickness of the myometrium and endometrium. These conditions will be maintained by this progesterone. Plus this progesterone is also activating the uterus walls to secrete substances that are going to nourish the developing fetus. Means if fertilization will take place, embryo will form and embryo will be transplanted inside the uterus. All the preparations in the uterus are going to nourish and support that fetus, and all these conditions will be maintained by progesterone, because such type of secretion are taking place in this phase. So this phase is known as secretory phase. But what happens if fertilization is not taking place? Some other changes other than uterus, some other changes are also observed. For example, fallopian tube. Just like uterus, thickening of fallopian tube also takes place. The cilia that are present in the fallopian tube becomes more active so that they can easily move the ovum and fertilization can take place easily. These all things are happening if fertilization will take place. Now what if fertilization has not taken place? If fertilization has not taken place, the corpus luteum starts degenerating and it forms another white mass of cells that is known as corpus albicans. So this corpus albicans is basically degenerating corpus luteum. And because of degeneration of corpus luteum, the level of progesterone decreases. And as I told you, this level of progesterone was basically maintaining the thickening of fallopian tubes. It was maintaining the thickening of uterus muscles. So all that preparation that was done in fallopian tube and uterus will degenerate and they will be broken down. The ovum that was present, if fertilization has not taken place, that also leads to autolysis, breakdown, finally absorbed by the body, and all that secretion comes out of the body in form of bleeding, and that phase is known as menstrual phase or bleeding phase. So through vagina, basically all the blood vessels, all the thickening of endometrium will be released out of the body, and again the uterus will be thin walled, and again same cycle starts. Cycle basically started from the level of progesterone. Basically what happened? This is the first day, this is the 14th day, and this is the 28th day. So initially during the first 5 days, this time period is menstrual phase. And during this menstrual phase, the level of progesterone is less, plus the level of estrogen is also less. So both the levels are very less. So suppose this is estrogen and this is progesterone. Now under the influence of, this is anterior pituitary that is going to secrete FSH. Under the influence of this FSH, the level of estrogen will increase, and this level of estrogen is helping our ovarian follicle to undergo maturation. That means size will continuously increase and it is going to form the matured Graafian follicle. This estrogen is inhibiting FSH and it is activating the secretion of LH. So at 14th day the level of LH will increase, and under the influence of LH, from this mass of cells a fully matured ovum will be released, and this will be ovulation. Means at 14th day ovulation has taken place. So level of estrogen is more plus level of LH is more. Now this level of progesterone is very less. At this stage the level of estrogen is decreasing, but this LH is stimulating. This is corpus luteum, so it is stimulating the secretion of progesterone from this corpus luteum, and in later stages the level of progesterone is going to increase and the level of this estrogen is going to fall. This will be the follicular stage. So and this whole will be the luteal stage. So here level of progesterone is more. If pregnancy has taken place, if copulation has taken place, the sperms are going to fuse with this ovum. This pregnancy will be maintained by continuous secretion of progesterone. Means in pregnant women the level of progesterone will continue up to the end of gestation period. But what happens if fertilization has not taken place? Again the level of progesterone is going to decrease, and this level of progesterone will decrease along with all the preparations of uterine walls, and finally the next menstrual cycle will begin. So in earlier I told you that menstrual cycle is the starting of first day of menstruation till the starting of second menstruation. So this time period is making one menstrual cycle and it is taking about 28 days. So these are the changes that are taking place in the ovary. If in the same diagram I show the uterine muscles, so you can say uterus walls. Here the uterus walls are very thin. As soon as the estrogen or ovulation has taken place, the thickness of uterine muscles will start. This will be maintained by progesterone, and if fertilization has not take place, again it will be degraded out and it will be removed out of the body. So here thin walls will be there. Here thickening of walls will occur, and if no fertilization, again all this thickening will be break down and again thin walls. So this cycle continues if pregnancy is not taking place, and if fertilization has taken place, the menstrual cycle will temporarily stop in a woman. The beginning of menstrual cycle basically takes place at puberty, and that will be the menarche stage, that is about at the age of 13 years, and this menstrual cycle will stop at the age of around 45 to 50 years of age, and that stage is known as menopause. That means that menopause, all the follicles that are present in a female body, they will be of extremely small sized and they will not mature, and the absorption of these follicles will take place. Thus this is how menstrual cycle is working.